interesting and entertaining musical insights of some of your favorite local musicians.
KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, here to meet your urgent and emergent medical needs, whether they are COVID-19 related or not. Medical emergencies happen when you least expect them, whether it's a stroke, heart attack, illness, or injury. San Juan Regional Medical Center's caregivers are here to provide care to you and your loved ones. Find out more online at sanjuanregional.com. 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Friday morning, March the 5th. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thank you for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM over the air here in San Juan County, New Mexico, 103.3 FM over the air in Durango, Colorado, and streaming everywhere on Earth from our website, which you can find, of course, at KSJE.com. We welcome also our visual radio viewers this morning. The video stream is going live to the KSJE Twitter account, our YouTube channel, and our Facebook page. So we're glad that you are with us as well, everybody. Coming up, a couple of exciting programs to share with you from right here at San Juan College. And we'll start with Project Alpine 3. This is the teacher education program that is a great way for folks who already have a 4-year bachelor's degree, but who want to become certified as a teacher to get into the teaching profession. And we'll talk more about that in the next few moments with Kari Deswood, who is putting together that program and also one of the students in the program. So we'll get some real life experience and hear from him in the next few moments right here on KSJE. And then later on this hour, we'll be checking in with another program here at San Juan College, the TRIO program, which is supporting students here at San Juan College, making sure they are successful, allowing students to reach out if they need any extra help with their classes, and much, much more. We'll talk to some of the TRIO advisors this morning at 8:40 a.m. on KSJE. And that takes us to 9 o'clock, and that's Roving with the Arts, of course, our weekday classical music program. Mick Hess is going to be featuring music from the wonderful Aaron Copeland on the program today. You can hear that on 90.9, 103.3, and at KSJE.com beginning at 9:06 after the news this morning. Don't forget our storytelling program on the air every Friday at 12:30. Our program with stories produced in cooperation with the Farmington Public Library, Cuentos, Hana, and Tales. You can hear it every Friday at 12:30 p.m. online and on the air. And don't forget, if you're a social media person, you can connect with us on Facebook, on YouTube, on our Twitter accounts. We have two of them, you know, KSJE_news or at KSJE, and check us out on Instagram as well. Outside right now, it is 34 degrees in Farmington this morning, sunny skies, and we always tell you that visual radio can take you places. Maybe you're going to head up to the slopes this weekend. Here's the view this morning at Purgatory Ski Area from the base camera. Just a few moments ago, right now at Purgatory, 28 degrees with those bright blue skies. They're expecting a partly sunny day today with a high of about 45 degrees at Purgatory and an overnight low of 23. Back here in Farmington, we are expecting a mostly sunny day today with a high temperature of 60 degrees. Overnight low tonight down to 35. Maybe partly cloudy tomorrow with a high of 63 on Saturday. But take a look at Sunday. Mostly sunny and 68 on Sunday. Partly sunny on Monday with a high reaching 71, the warmest yet this season. Cooling off a bit on Tuesday with a high of 66 and maybe a chance of some showers on Wednesday and Thursday with highs back into the 50s. Joining me this morning to talk once again about Project Alpine, an innovative way to train new teachers. Kari Deswood is joining us. She is the project director here at San Juan College with Project Alpine. And Kari, good morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Hi, Scott.
Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And then also joining us, too, is Derek Raring. He is a student in the Project Alpine program who is becoming a new teacher. And Derek Raring, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Scott.
You bet. Great to have both of you on board. And let's start with Kari Deswood, just to start a little bit about reminding us about Project Alpine. And Kari, as we were talking before we came on the air this morning, I was reminded that this is kind of an offshoot of the alternative licensure program here at San Juan College, which is available all the time. And then Project Alpine is a grant-based program that offers to help defray some of the costs of that alternative licensure program, right?
Yep, you're exactly right, Scott. And thanks for having us both on today. So alternative licensure is a certification program that we offer here at San Juan College. It's an alternative licensure program. It's under the Educator Preparation Program branch. And so we work very closely with New Mexico Public Education Department to help get our students who are also teachers licensed through the state. And so Alpine 3, Project Alpine 3, is a grant that we were actually awarded for this year that helps to fund some of the costs for people who are eligible for that. And so Alpine is actually, this is the third iteration that we have of the grant. We've been fortunate enough to have the grant the last couple of years. And so this is our third year, so hence Project Alpine 3.
Right, and that's what Derek Raring has taken advantage of, right? By joining up and coming back to school, I guess, to become a sixth grade science teacher. And let me turn to Derek Raring to ask a little bit about that. What got your attention about this program, Derek Raring? Just something you wanted to try, a career change? You've been a teacher in other institutions before, right?
Yeah, I've taught at San Juan College for quite a few years as a adjunct fire instructor, fire science instructor, and EMS instructor as well. And after 20 years in the fire service, I'm changing careers, and I've got young kids, and I appreciate the value of a good instructor and teacher. And so I was pretty excited. I got hired on at Tibbetts, and in order to do that, I don't have a teaching license. I do have a degree in fire science and a psychology degree as well, but to get my license for teaching, I entered the ALP program, and that's when Kari told me about the Alpine project, which it just sounded like a great opportunity for a couple of different reasons, for sure.
Right, and that ALP, the Alternative Licensure Program, and so that was kind of how things got started, but then you added on the Project Alpine benefits as well, and so that is I guess kind of helping to basically pay for the Alternative Licensure Program, at least to a certain degree, correct?
Yeah, it definitely helps defray the cost, and it gives me added education. I'm learning a lot more through the program. Kari and Karen worked very hard, and the other instructors I've had so far, they're doing a great job. I'm getting extra education on top of the regular alternative licensure program. So I'm basically back to school full time again, and a lot of work, but I'm learning a lot, and I'm already seeing the benefits in the classroom. So I'm really excited about it.
That's amazing. I'll ask you a bit about those in just a moment. But Kari Deswood, is this unique that Derek Raring is already in the classroom and also taking on the Alternative Licensure Program and Project Alpine? Is that something that most students don't have an opportunity to be doing?
No, and actually that's probably one of the main benefits of alternative licensure is that it provides an alternative pathway for teachers to receive a license. So let me give you just a brief example.
Sure.
So underneath educator prep programs, we do have like a traditional route where someone might decide, in their undergrad that they want to take advantage or to go into teaching, and they build that into a regular traditional program. And so they would learn the pedagogy in addition to whatever their area of concentration might be. And so that might take them, I don't know, anywhere from 4 to 6 years. And so with the alternative licensure, it's an alternative licensure pathway in which, like for example, with Derek's case, he was a psychology major and was in fire science and decided that he wanted to switch career pathways. And so working with Derek, because he had a bachelor's degree, we were able to get him into the program and work in conjunction with New Mexico Public Education Department to help get him licensed. And so the perk is that he's a full-time first-year teacher. He has a full classroom. And in addition to that, he's going through the program simultaneously. So it's a full day for Derek most times, I think, because he's in the classroom all day, and then he probably has classes in the evening through alternative licensure. So I hope that clarifies that a bit.
It does, thank you. And is that normal for some of your other students as well to already have kind of a teaching gig, if you will, while they're also going to school in the evenings, perhaps for ALT?
Yeah, so I would say probably about 90 to 95% of the students that we work with are full-time teachers in the classroom. And so it is something that's quite common.
Got you. Thank you very much. And so, Derek Waring, let me turn back to you a little bit about that schedule. Is that pretty accurate? You are teaching during the day and being a student in the evenings in some cases?
Yeah, I am. I'm basically, it's pretty close to full-time student again, and as well as teaching full-time and being new at it. It's extra hours for me as a new teacher, learning and developing curriculum and stuff, and then we're just learning a bunch with the LP program. But it works great with all three things kind of going side to side. I think being able to be teaching in the classroom and have students. And I do have a background in teaching at college level, so I am comfortable in the classroom, but it's a whole different type of kids. And then also with the information I'm learning with the ALP program combined with what I'm learning with the Alpine program, it's really, I'm seeing a lot of benefit just already the second semester into it.
Right, and that's what I wanted to ask you about too. It seems like it's almost like on-the-job training for you, that you're able to take the stuff that you're learning at night and putting it into practice the very next day in your classroom with your students.
Yeah, absolutely, and I've been doing that, and it's working really well. It's really good to get that information, trying new techniques, things I've never learned about or known about, and it's working for, we got a obviously large diversity of students here in Farmington, and I think that's part of what the Alpine program represents and gears us up for. The ALP program helps us with certain aspects of it, and then I think the Alpine program kind of just adds to it. It just gives us more tools in the toolbox for a more variety of students and different backgrounds, and it gets us thinking in the right direction, I think, for those students that we haven't taught before. So
sure.
Good.
Right, and can you think of some of the biggest changes you've noticed between teaching as an adjunct here at San Juan College, a classroom of college students, to teaching a classroom of sixth graders?
It's interesting. That's a good question. And a lot of it actually does transfer over. It's really surprising. And now that we're back in the classroom, I'm really seeing it, with the engagement. And, online, not many of the students are really engaged, and that they're having a hard time with the virtual program. And then now being back in the online or the in-person setting, it gives us the opportunity to interact, one-on-one, face-to-face, engage more with them, and they can with us. And I feel like, because the programs I taught before at the college were, they were optional programs that people chose. They wanted to get into different careers, and so I taught that. So most of the students were engaged and excited. And I didn't know how the students, the younger students having to be in class, right? We have to go to school, how they would be. And gosh, they're just as excited as the college students, the adult college students. So that part of it's been great, just to see that engagement and the smiles on their faces, and again, being able to apply the things I'm learning and watching how it helps them out and they benefit from it.
Sure. Well, and of course you've had now a chance to do both, right? The online, and now having some of your students or most of your students back face to face.
Yeah, we've got, there's still a large contingent online, but we do have a portion of them that come on the different scheduled days. There's the A track and B track. And then the C track. C track is the parents who chose to keep their kids all virtual.
Right.
And then the A track, at least for where I'm at here at Tibbetts, we do Tuesday, Wednesday in person for the A track, and then Thursday, Friday in person for the B track. And the other days when they're not in person, they're still virtual. And so still getting that same instruction, but just it's back virtual again. But sure. I see a huge benefit having them in class, though.
I'm sure you can see that. You bet. That's for sure. Thank you very much, Kari Deswood. Let me turn back to you a little bit about kind of the need for teachers in our state. We know that it seems, at least to me, that when I speak with the superintendents, there they seem to have a lot of openings, or there always seem to be from retirements and other reasons every fall that they're looking to fill those classrooms with qualified, licensed teachers. So it seems like the demand is out there for folks like Derek Raring to go through this program and become a licensed teacher. There's certainly demand for these folks, right?
Yeah, I would say so, absolutely. I think in our area in the northwest corner of New Mexico, we do serve a lot of rural communities, and so I think sometimes those might be a bit harder to fill up those positions. And so, we really try to do what we can, alternative licensure, to partner and serve the area districts that we serve. So that includes Central Consolidated and Farmington Municipal Schools, Aztec, Bloomfield. And so we really try to just partner with them. And I think the other part too is that I think going through I think it can be a little bit complex sometimes to get into teaching in terms of working through licensure and the exams and all the requirements. And so we really try to work with our students/teachers to demystify that process and just really offer them a lot of support in that regard.
Right, exactly. And I guess as part of Project Alpine, as you mentioned, you work with these local school districts. And so I guess, I don't know if you can say you can almost guarantee a spot with these school districts for these future teachers, but I imagine the placement's pretty high.
Yeah, I can't guarantee that someone a job, but I think if there's a vacancy, definitely we work with our partnering districts to try to communicate that information. Obviously, if someone is looking for a teaching position, they can definitely go to the website and look, the websites of these districts.
Right.
But sometimes we have people who email us to let us know when a position is open, and then we really try to do our best to share that information. So we just really try to help with that process and be more of a support system.
Sure. And speaking of support, I wanted to ask you about the type of support that scholars like Derek Raring can receive from you and the other folks involved with the alternative licensure program and Project Alpine. As we heard, he is dealing with students who are remote, students who are coming back face-to-face in the classroom, students who are maybe half and half perhaps. And so this is all relatively new with 2020. Is that something that you're helping him with as well, or your folks over at Alternative Licensure is helping?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, I think this year definitely is an anomaly in the sense that, many of us have never taught through a global pandemic before. And so it's a definite tremendous learning curve for all of us, but we're really trying to help each other out in that regard. With alternative licensure, we have a group of dedicated professionals, teachers, adjunct instructors, and full-time instructors who really, I feel like they just do an amazing job providing support for our students, not only in the classroom, but also out. It's not uncommon for an early career educator, to ask, well, can you observe my classroom? Or, I'm developing this lesson plan and I'm not really sure if I'm on the right track. Or I've had, I have a classroom management issue with a student, and, just going outside the confines of the ALP classroom and really trying to provide support. I think the other thing that we try to do as well is advising, making sure that we're providing robust advising to our ALP students so that they stay on track. And then just staying in partnership with the districts, making sure that we're communicating information. So I think there's a lot of different ways that we try to support our students. And obviously, to bring it back to the pandemic and COVID, many of us are learning as we're going. And I think one source of support has been just being able to come into class and in community with each other and to be able to talk about some of these challenges that we're all experiencing. So I think just that and that cohort model, I think also, provides additional support.
Sure. And so, as we mentioned earlier, the Project Alpine scholarships have all been awarded for this spring semester, and this is a grant opportunity, but the alternative licensure program continues here at San Juan College. So folks who are listening to us this morning, if they're interested, they can certainly reach out through the ALP side of the program at San Juan College to get more information.
Yeah, absolutely. And we hope that we have another iteration of Project Alpine. We're hoping for an Alpine 4, and that really is contingent on funds at the state level. And so bug your legislators and have them push, put funding toward teacher residency acts, such as the one that helped fund this one. And so we hope to offer more scholarships this upcoming year. The other thing I really want to emphasize as well is, in addition to the funding, it's nice to have the scholarships available for students to help offset the cost of the program. But also, what has come from this is mentorship. So robust mentorship. We have mentors that check in with our mentees at least 3 times a month, if not more. We also offer professional development opportunities as well. And so there's a host of things that can definitely benefit not only someone who's awarded the Alpine Scholarship, but also just ALP students in general. So I would definitely urge, if folks are interested, now is a perfect time. I will say that over the upcoming months, probably the next couple of months, districts will be posting vacancies. And so now is the time to reach out, ask for information. As I had mentioned earlier, sometimes the application process can be a bit complex. And so that's really what we're here for, is to help provide some guidance through that and to demystify that.
Right, indeed. And Derek Raring, let me turn to you a little bit about the support maybe that you've gotten from Project Alpine and all on your journey from when you started back in the fall. How's it been going?
Yeah, it's really been incredible. I've been just super stoked on the amount of support all the way across the board. I think God's put me in a great position with some great supportive people around me that are helping me grow as a teacher. I'm learning things and I'm able to pass it on to students. And, Kari's been fantastic. She's, helped me through the initial process for the testing to get into the LP program. And I had to get in a kind of a temporary license through the state. And then the ALP will allow me to gain my regular full-time license, which is good. And Kari's, and all the instructors are just super supportive. They understand our busy schedules and they work with us. It's, it's an intensive program, but they're understanding. And then, clear up to the leadership here, the admin at my school has been great. Everything, it's just been really, really fantastic, and I'm learning a lot. And I would highly recommend, if anyone's thinking about getting on as a school teacher, this is a fantastic opportunity on several different levels. So give Kari a call.
There you go.
She'll take care of you.
Very good. And tell us about your journey, and when do you expect to be complete and be kind of full-fledged, licensed, or ready to go? How many more semesters do you have? Yeah, well, what's really great is that I'm kind of full-fledged. I mean, I have my license. It's a provisional license, but I can do all the full teaching that I will when I get my permanent license. And it's just there's just so many great opportunities, so many things to learn. And the support has just been fantastic. And I think Kari's gotten me on a track to where I'll finish hopefully next spring of next year. I think it's going to be about a 1.5-year program and pretty full time, but I think it's going to be worth it. And again, they make it accessible, they make it doable, manageable, and the support really goes a long ways to making me successful in the program. Well, that's the key, right? And that's the idea. Kari Deswood, is he on track for maybe a 1.5-year program? Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Yes, Derek's going to be done spring 2022. So put that in your mind right now, Derek. He'll be done spring 2022. And so that's the other thing too, is that, again, with intense, robust advising is, we make sure that our students stay on track. Many times, when they're issued a license from the New Mexico Public Education Department, it's an alternative provisional license, and it's good for up to 2 years of when they apply. And so, there's definitely a timeline that they need to finish by in order to apply for that full licensure. So we want to make sure that, they're staying on track and making sure that they don't lose their license. And so we keep a close eye on that for sure.
You bet. Well, that's great. Well, we're just about out of time, everybody, but I can't thank you both enough for joining me to talk about this great opportunity for folks who've always maybe wanted to be in the classroom or looking maybe for a career change or getting back into the swing of things. And Derek Waring, it seems like it's been a good fit for you, even though you were kind of in the classroom before teaching at the college level, but this has been a whole new experience for you.
Yeah, it has. It has, and you're right. It is. It's a great opportunity for just a wide variety of people too. I'm not a young kid anymore, but there are some really young people in there as well. I think we've got from 20 years old up to 55-year-old guys and girls that are in the program. So it's just any age group, no matter where you're at. If you've got a drive and desire, I think the support system is in place to help you be successful.
Very good. And Kari Deswood, again, folks can find out more through the Alternative Licensure Program here at San Juan College. And I know there's a website and some other ways to get in touch with folks like yourself to guide them through the process.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say, like most entities on campus, our office and teacher education is still working remotely. However, we are very much accessible. You can call us, you can email. I would like to say that we still offer the same level of support, even though we're not at San Juan College. We're working remotely, but we're definitely here. Again, that's why we're here, is to help folks get their license. And so please reach out.
All right. Very good. Well, again, to both of you, thank you very much for joining me. And Derek, good luck to you, and continued good luck with the program. Kari Deswood, thank you both.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to share it.
Yeah, thank you, Scott, for always making space for us to talk about our program. Appreciate that.
Always happy to talk about stuff that helps our community. So thank you both very much. My guests this morning talking about Project Alpine and the Alternative Licensure Program for teachers here at San Juan College. KSJE is supported by the University of Denver Graduate School of Social Work Four Corners program. The program is accepting applications for the Advanced Standing MSW program beginning this summer, 2021. Students with a bachelor's degree in social work are eligible for the one-year program. Stipends in child welfare and opioid workforce expansion